Carol Fredrickson here from Violence Free. We're workplace violence experts, and we routinely get called in to help companies with workplace violence issues or even dangerous terminations. While we're doing this consulting, we most often interview a variety of different people to get a real clear picture of the situation and to assess the risk. Routinely, what we find is anywhere from 3 to 10 people who saw something, they heard something, they recognized that something was wrong, a little suspicious perhaps, with the suspect's behavior and or the attitude. However, they didn't report it. When we ask them why they didn't report it, we get 3 common answers. The number one that we hear most of the time is, who was I supposed to report it to? Do I go directly to my supervisor? Am I supposed to report it to human resource? Is there a particular person in HR that I'm supposed to report it to? People seem very, very unclear. The second reason that they don't report is they say they don't know how. Even if they did know who to report it to, were they supposed to send an email? Is there a hotline number for them to call? Do they leave a voicemail? They often say, hey, people in human resources are always busy. They often don't answer the phone. Am I supposed to leave this kind of information on a voicemail? And so they don't bother to report it. The third one that we hear most commonly is, I'm not really sure if what I saw warranted a report. Is it really workplace violence? Is it just a person having a bad day, having a bad problem perhaps? They're just not sure if it warrants a complaint, and they don't want to get that person into trouble. So there's 3 things that you can do in your company to help stop this situation and ensure that employees report workplace violence, whether it's an actual workplace violence incident or they just suspect that the behavior is odd or unusual. The first thing is that you need to have a clear procedure in place. You have to do the thinking for your employees. Second of all, you need to make sure you have a workplace violence policy, and this reporting procedure should be a part of that policy. The third thing is training. Your employees need to know what workplace violence is, what they need to report, and who they need it to report to. If you take care of those 3 things, you can reduce the chances of workplace violence in your workplace, and you can ensure that the employees are going to report. In almost all serious cases of workplace violence, there were red flags. The issue's always the same. Sally might have seen a couple of red flags. Joe might have seen one. George might have seen a couple. But no one put them all together. Collectively, if you can get all of that information from your employees ahead of time, if everyone in your company is playing their part in keeping your company safe, then collectively one person would be responsible for receiving that information, and you can literally stop workplace violence.